what happens actually is that, I'll have to give you a little bit of background on the book. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance. A curse which has developed into a kind of virus, an incurable virus, is slowly, insidiously working its way through human beings. There is no cure. It is Ebola raised to the nth power, right? And Bheem knows that there are just 4 people who have a natural immunity. These are potential saviors because their blood can, an antidote can be gleaned from their blood. Ashwatthama, his mission is to find these people, these 4, and to hunt them down, slaughter them before the antidote can be found, thus bringing Armageddon Pralay on the world. Bheem has to obviously stop this from happening and to find these people. There is 3 people have been killed by Ashwatthama and there's 1 person left. And Bheem now has the option. He has developed an emotional rapport with a particular girl. She is at death's door. He brings her to Vedyas, who is this person with amazing healing powers and also supreme knowledge. Bheem has 2 questions for him. One, I would like to know who that 4th person is so that I can get there before Ashwatthama does and thus save him or her. And the second is that please save this girl who I have grown so fond of. And Vedyas says, I can just give you one favor. I just grant one boon. You have to make a choice. Do you want me to tell you about this person, this 4th savior? Do you want me to save the girl? Choose. And Bheem is left dangling at the edge of a precipice. And this is what Juhi was about to give away, thus preventing you guys from buying the book. So, we stopped her at the critical moment. Yeah, Jyotin?
Thank you so much, Juhi. That was, in fact, sounded even more interesting when you read it out. I think now we can just throw open, for some questions to the author. Actually, let me set the ball rolling. Because I have a question after reading the book. There are several books, written in the past where the author has merged, modern day with history, historical figures, or even, say World War or something like that. But here you've not just gone into history, you've gone way back. You've gone into mythology and you've brought one of the most famous characters in mythology to the modern time. What first of all gave you that idea? And you've done it so well. You married those 2 eras which are no way connected. They're so far apart. And what gave you that idea to bring that era into this modern day?
I kind of expected something like this for sure. So this kind of question. So I have just a quick passage to quote from the book, which is really goes some way in answering this. This is Bheem. He's looking at human beings, and he says, "The warrior looked at his companions. Manav Jati had shrunk, and not just physically. To them, the days of heroes, when humans had walked the same ground as the eternal ones, were the stuff of stories and folk tales. They had lost faith in human greatness, could not believe that such a time had truly existed. They had even a derogatory word for it, mythology." Now my thoughts when I started writing this book was that in India we don't deal with mythology in a way that they do in the West. In the West, mythology is exactly that. The stories are treated as myths. In India, probably a majority of our population still relates to this as real life, as things that did exist, as people who did exist. For me, more than the people or the characters who populated that era, it was the spirit of that era, the heroism of that era. So I wanted to bring that heroism back to, because I think, yes, we have shrunk. We have lost that spirit of heroism. I wonder if anybody knows about what Einstein had to say about Gandhiji. He said that future generations may well wonder whether a person actually walked in flesh and blood of this sort on this ground. Now, if we take Einstein's comment and project it generations into the future, would Gandhiji be treated as a myth? You know, this is the thing, that we are no longer heroes. We have to bring heroism back to us. So I brought a hero from the past, Bheem, into the present. And I had him interact with human beings and discover whether that spark of heroism does exist still. In a context where the entire world is in danger. So that was the background of the story. That's what really got me writing.
Thank you. That really kind of gives us an idea of your thought process. And I would like to throw open the floor for any questions to the author. He's right here, so based on the passages or any questions about the book, please feel free.
Yeah. Okay. Precisely that. There are so many people who are so celebrated, and Bheem is not. Bheem is very complex in the sense that Arjun has his doubts, but he has Krishna to guide him. Bheem, despite being this amazing warrior, Bheem is the person is the go-to man for the Pandavas. He actually goes in. He is the person who kills the Kauravas. He is the person who destroys all the Kauravas. The revenge for Draupadi is taken by Bheem. He is the person who kills Dushasana. He brings Dushasan's blood to Draupadi so that she can bathe her hair in his blood and thereby again tie her hair, which she had stopped doing after the Vastra Haran. He is the person who kills Duryodhana. So Bheem is this amazing warrior. He is the person who is, but he kind of subjugates himself deliberately. He's subservient to Krishna and to Yudhishthira. He says that I know my place. Now I wanted to take Bheem out of his comfort zone. I wanted to remove Krishna. I wanted to remove Yudhishthira. I wanted to remove Arjun. The people that Bheem would perhaps follow or react to or obey the commands of. I wanted to bring him into a place where he would himself have to decide that this is what I have to do. It was a much more complex characterization, much more human in a way, a hero who was much more human, so, which is why Bheem. The cover. Yes, I have actually, will Mr. Prasad stand up, please, in the back. There he is, Mr. Prasad Ajgaonkar. He's a wonderful, he runs a wonderful studio, which is perhaps the most creative studio in town. And his team designed the cover. And then our design was passed on to Penguin, and Penguin picked up from there and then developed it. So this was it. Chaitanya, will you just excuse me for a moment, ladies first? Yeah, Rita, please. A lot of research went in before, and a lot of research continued, because you can't. A book is a living thing. It doesn't exist. The whole. You have a kind of vague idea of the book. You may have a vague inkling of where the book would go. You have some of the characters with you, but as it develops, like human beings grow, it takes on a personality of its own. So it darts into areas and down roads you may not have anticipated initially. And then you have to kind of research and keep that research going, because you have to maintain that kind of authenticity. Otherwise it falls apart. Yes, Chandra, please. Actually, 99% of India, because I think what we need to do is find intelligent people to read this book, and I think Indians are intelligent. Why is everybody laughing?
imagination of what should be. So in future, do you think this could be converted to a screenplay and made into a movie or?
Juhi ji has a major kind of reservation reaction to that particular question because she was going to ask that question. You've deprived her of that question. There is a serious consideration about converting this into a film. It kind of tends to lend itself to the screen. So it's very visual, it has a dramatic flow to it. I think yes, it could be made into a very good film, a web series, or whatever.
Is there going to be another part to this, or does it end here? I mean, is there going to be a Bheem 2 or more of these books coming?
I started out by saying that these characters are immortal.
Oh, all right.
So it's a very kind of an author who has one BDI on his bank balance, who chooses characters that can be developed further. Any more? I'd be very happy to answer. Yes, please, please. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. But Bheem, there is a kind of, as far as Bheem is concerned, I'm not too sure how many people know that there is, he was married to a demon called, she's known as Hidamba, she's known as Hidimbi, she's known various names, but she was a demon. And there is a temple, in fact, to her in Manali. And so I have constructed a little bit of a cross-generational sort of contact between Bheem and Hidimbi. That's one. There are several other parallel romances that run, but they're not dominant in this particular book. This is the story of Bheem and heroism. So that is, it isn't a romantic book. It isn't a romantic book in that sense. Yeah, Mom.
How much of the author in
this? A very vital character in the book is called Aviva. That is my daughter's name. So yes, there is a lot of me in the book. I think, as I was saying right in the beginning, that heroism is something which I really feel the shortage of in our era, and I feel that in some small way I have to kind of push that particular cart down the road. I think maybe this could be the start of that.